Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. Today's video takes us to the Cecil County, Maryland Parole and Probation Department, where I have some pretty major updates on First Amendment Auditor, the Angry Vet. My last video of the Angry Vet was all the way back on March 3rd, where he was picked up on a warrant stemming from a felony wiretapping charge. You can see his entire playlist linked below. Well, since then, things have continued to spiral out of control for our freedom fighter, beginning with another arrest.
How you guys doing? What you guys up to?
Everything's being audibly recorded, okay?
Yeah, man. So am I.
Okay, we're gonna hang out for us really quick.
Huh?
We're gonna hang out really quick.
Yeah,
Right here.
am I being detained?
Yes, we're being detained.
For what? For what? For what? I'm on public property.
What's your full name?
Kevin,
What's your last name?
what am I being detained for?
Okay, you can turn around, put your hands behind your back. Drop your-
What
put
are
your hands
you
behind
doing?
your back.
What
Put your hands
the
behind
are
your
you
back.
doing?
Put your hands behind your back. Drop your phone.
What in the are y'all doing?
Put your palms together.
Are you kidding me?
You guys are.
There was very little context to what led to this arrest, but he did update his viewers after getting out of jail later that night.
Looky. Just got out of jail again. Give you a guess of what happened. Baltimore County Police Department. Essex. Yeah. So, that's where I am right now. I was arrested for can't remember exactly what they changed it to, but she said I was being arrested for destruction of private property because I was spraying shaving cream on the sidewalk.
Unfortunately, there was no further video released of what transpired before his arrest, but he was hit with 3 different charges starting with destruction of property, trespassing on private property, and littering under 100 pounds. After watching most of this auditor's videos, I'm of the belief there's a lot more to this story than we are privy to at this time. Moving on to something more recent, the Angry Vet is also enrolled in a pre-trial release program that requires weekly drug testing. This program was given to him after his felony charge that transpired in March.
Yeah, I need a supervisor, please. Supervisor?
Regarding what?
Regarding this idiot that just walked in the door and treated me like human garbage.
Please wait a moment.
Yup. So we're here at Cecil County Sheriff's Department, Corrections, and intake and all that other crap where I got to take my test. And this guy tells me that I was positive for marijuana, which is completely impossible. Haven't smoked in like 6 months at least.
According to his pre-trial release, the Angry Vet was to refrain from using THC without a medical marijuana card, which he doesn't currently have.
And so he gets an attitude with me. I told him I wanted a copy of whatever it was he was talking about. Gets pissed off, gets an attitude, runs into the office, puts the paper gets a printout, puts the paper in front of me, and then tells me I need to leave. And then I said I'm not leaving until I put my vial or my test in the bag like I do every week, every single week. And this sucker blows up, starts fucking telling me that I have to leave, yelling at me like I was a kid, getting in my face like he was about to punch me, threatening me, just doing all kinds of stupid shit.
For the angry vet, this is the routine I've seen over and over and over throughout the majority of his videos. It seems like every single time he deals with any public employee, there's typically some sort of blow up. However, there's only one common denominator in all these altercations, and that's the auditor himself.
So now I'm here to make a complaint about him, and he ran to his supervisor real quick to make sure his supervisor knows everything that happened. Everything that happens on fucking video. I can't wait for this to fucking go down. This is ridiculous. Shouldn't even be here in the first damn place. Now I'm waiting for a supervisor. The lady wouldn't identify herself. They got me out of there. The one guy physically removed me from the building when I told him, I said, I'm not leaving until I put this drug test in the bag like I do every week. He was cool about it. He understood. They just wanted to get me out of there because homeboy was about to fucking have an aneurysm. And you got that one that wouldn't identify. That one right there wouldn't identify herself, even though she's a public employee.
So after this, he walks around the parking lot doing the absolute most pointless exercise that First Amendment auditors do: record random license plates for no reason at all. This practice always gives me a good chuckle because they only do it to either draw attention to themselves or they're just throwing a little temper tantrum. It was certainly the latter in this instance. After he gets done doing this, he heads back to the entrance.
Someone will be out shortly, please wait.
About how long do I have to wait? It's kind of chilly out here.
Someone will be out shortly.
Yep. So they're in there he's in there trying to get their story straight, I'm sure. This shit ain't gonna fly. This is not gonna fly. I guess I gotta go and take an independent drug test now, again.
So he oddly ends the video here, but does post another video with more information about what happened.
The sheriff's department didn't want to screw with me. They refused service. So I started recording everybody's license plate and car, and see if I could find out who they were, who these people were. And next thing you know, a lieutenant and a major of the Cecil County Sheriff's Department shows up, and the lieutenant tries to kick me off the property, says my business is done. That's all he wanted to do. And I basically, you know, in more words than one, told him to pound sand. And then the warden comes out. I didn't know it was the warden at first. I just figured, I heard him laughing and saying some dumb shit about the property. So I wanted to get that on camera. So I went over there to find out it's the warden. And he turned into a complete dick. Thought he was there to help me at first, but then towards the end, complete tyrant, 100%. And Got absolutely nowhere with him. Ran into the lady again. She still, again, failed to identify, but at least I got her on camera. And, I waited for my complaint forms that I asked for. I asked a couple officers. They started escorting people out of the building like I was some sort of scary man out to hurt people or some stupid shit. Like, literally, 2 detention center employees didn't even have their guns in their holsters. Escorted a couple ladies out of the building. Yeah.
Just to reiterate, this behavior isn't new to the angry vet. He always finds some way to blame someone else and never takes responsibility for his own issues. Besides the failed drug test that is being sent to the judge for review, he was also hit with even more bad news. When he was arrested in March on his outstanding warrant, he was charged with disorderly conduct and only 1 count of wiretapping. That initial charge has since been updated to 3 counts of wiretapping, with the disorderly conduct remaining the same. I can only surmise that someone went through his remaining videos and found 2 more incidents that led to these extra indictments. For the life of me, I'll never understand why these guys continue to record their own crimes and then broadcast them for everyone to watch. So on a little bit of a personal note, I'm actually having trouble seeing all the legal issues this man now faces. I have begun garnering some sympathy for him. The majority of the auditors I cover I find completely useless, bottom of the barrel, intellectually challenged antagonizers that are mostly focused on making a name for themselves on YouTube. And who knows, the angry vet may very well be the same, but hear me out. First, he's openly admitted to wanting and needing more mental health care, but he keeps getting into fights at the VA, leading to charges rather than the necessary care he may need. Secondly, not that he doesn't have responsibility for his own actions, but I also blame these other yahoos on YouTube that led the angry vet to pick up his camera in the first place. If he hadn't watched and emulated what he saw First Amendment auditors doing with their channels, I don't think he would be looking at 3 felony charges right now. And those 3 charges aren't always looking at, as he has 2 more arrests that stem from these same types of activities. Lastly, this man really seemed to turn his life around after a series of serious convictions from the early 2000s. But from 2000 on, save for a minor seatbelt infraction, he wasn't in any legal trouble at all. But as soon as he began playing the game of pretend activist, he was swiftly arrested 3 times and is now looking at serious prison time. From what is publicly available in regards to legal issues, he's been able to turn a corner once before, and I, for one, am really hoping he's able to do it again. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by the channel today. If you want to see similar content in the future, please consider subscribing, notifying, and liking below. This is Dummy Kruger, and I'll see you guys on the next video.